Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to make a basic Snapchat geo-filter using Photoshop. So Snapchat has some specific requirements for it to even be considered. And I have linked this in the agenda, but I'm going to go over it here as well. So at the end of this, we need to save it for the web and as make sure it's a PNG 24, which it's really similar to changing like you change it to a JPEG to turn into me. It's basically the same process. The transparency we can do on the front end of things, so I will show you that in a minute. The dimensions that they require are 1080 pixels by 1920 pixels. And it needs to be under 300 kilobytes, which you need to be mindful of, but I can show you how to, whoever ends up winning the contest, if yours happens to be over, we can run it through a program called TinyPNG, so we can compress it. There's a couple other guidelines that Snapchat has that is worth looking into. As far as the graphics, it has to be original, no logos or trademarks, no photographs because that would be a photograph on top of a photograph. So don't use those. No hashtags, and don't cover up too much of the screen because after all, we want to see the pictures of the people underneath it. And like I tell you guys, be creative. Make it visually appealing, compelling. That's it for what I was going to go over here. We can head over to Photoshop. Go to File and Open. And taking what we, not open, I'm sorry. File and New. So with what we just learned, we can create the right specs for Snapchat. So 1080. Make sure it is in pixels, not in inches. If you put it in inches, this is going to be gigantic, and you're going to wonder what is going on. So 1080 pixels, 1920 is the height, and we're going to leave it at 72 for the resolution since it's going to be on a screen. Now, this is your background contents probably look like this right now. We've just been keeping it at white. The transparency, this is where you change it. The background contents, change it to transparent, and then you're ready to start. So, oh, I'm on my brush. Hang on. All right. So the white and gray checkerboard, that denotes transparency. So if you remember when we were working on the Nikes and you deleted an area, that's what showed up. That doesn't mean this will not be a part of your design. I assure you the checkerboards will not be a part of your design. It just is letting you know that it means it's transparent. So you'll see through it, which if you think about it, that's what you want if you're going to have a photograph underneath it. So that's the basis for needing that. All right, getting started with our tools. The capital T looking tool, that is the type tool. If you right click, if for some reason you want to type vertically down the page this way, you would use the vertical type tool. I'm going to show you the horizontal. I'm going to keep this pretty simple because I do not want to get you guys stuck at all. I don't want my ideas to be stuck in your head, and I want you to be as free and creative as you can to come up with your own idea. So this is just the basics and the tools and how to use them. So with the type tool, you can click and drag to make a text box, or you can just click and start typing. It is up to you. Now, I didn't reset this. So up here are the, preset sizes. So I'm going to start typing Collinwood. You can see that's teeny tiny. I can't even read what that says. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to show you how this works. So the size is 72 right now. And that's the highest that the preset goes. But you can come up here and you can type in your own size. So 100, not quite enough. 200, it's probably about good. Then I can click enter. So that's your size. Up here is, these are your different fonts. If there's a font that you want to use that you don't have in your library, by all means, you can download that, but you need to see me for a flash drive if you don't have one. Save it to the flash drive, and then I need to log into your computer with my sign-in, or my login, sorry, in order to install it. So no big deal. I'm happy to do that. You just have to let me know. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to keep that one for now. And so we went over fonts, size. These are the alignments. I have it on center align. This is the color. If you wanted to change the color of your letters, that's how you would do it. I'm going to keep it black just so it's easy for you to see. And then next to the colors are where you can, it's where you can warp your text. So be a little careful here. It's really easy to like go down the rabbit hole with these little sliders. So you can bend it up, you can bend it down. There's a whole bunch of other things you can do. Feel free to experiment. You can, distort it horizontally as well with these sliders, vertically. Play around with these, just be mindful. Like, it's really easy to like all of a sudden be like, it's really cool, but also I can't read it. While I'm still on the type tool, notice, but once you have that little arrow, that means you can move it even though you're on the type tool. It does allow you to do that. So I'm going to position it there. And I'm going to click the check mark. So that's the basic. I'd probably want to put more information like the date. Our theme is blackout this year, which I honestly, I don't know. I don't know how I'd interpret that. It's kind of difficult to design around for a Snapchat filter, but I'm sure you guys are going to find very creative ways. Sometimes having a lot of limitations forces you to be really creative. So let's hope for that for this. Another tool, if you go 2 down, is we use the rectangle tool. If you right click on it, which I was just on, it looks like a little blob, is the custom shape tool. So if you come up to the options bar for that one, how this works is there are a whole bunch of preset shapes. Like some of them are kind of generic. I don't know that you're going to want to, oh, there's the copyright symbol. Just went over that. If you want to use these, great. I'm going to give you another option if you don't want to use these. If you don't see all of these shapes, click on that little gear, and then all of these are, you can, artistic textures. Click append, and whatever you append, it adds down here. So just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to pick, let's see, I'm going to pick a heart. Love for Collinwood. And over here, it's already Collinwood blue, but if I wanted to change the color, if I wanted it pink, whatever color you would like it to be, you can pick here. So I'm going to make it that Collinwood School Spirit blue. And then over here with your cursor, oh, real quick, this is an outline. If you want an outline around it, you would click on there and make it have a color, not just that. That denotes no outline. So I'm going to come over here, click and drag, and then let go, and your shape appears. Get the move tool so then you can get rid of all those little anchor points, and then you can move it. Say you wanted to rotate it. You learned how to do that recently. Click the check mark. So maybe I want this positioned right here. So What happened? It is covering up my letters and I don't want that. So I can rearrange the order of the layers and I can put Collinwood on top of my shape and then it goes in front of it. So I can read it once again. All right, so type tool, shape tool. I'm going to show you one more cool thing before I run out of recording time. This is, if you go to, I have it pulled up. This is fun. I love this. It is called Brush Easy. There are a whole bunch of Photoshop brushes that you can, you can, look through here, but you can also search. So maybe to go with blackout, I'm just going to put in stars. But that might go with it. We'll see. So star brushes. There's lasers, there's moons, all kinds of cool stuff. These look kind of cool. Glowy stars with wings. Why not? Click on the free download. You get this little pop-up. And then in a minute, you'll see your zip file come up right there. So click on that. It's saying broken, but it said that before and it worked. So double click on the one that says brushes and it'll take you right back to Photoshop like magic. And then go to your brush tool. And if you click up here, you will see, so all of these crazy, like these flower ones, these are all from Brush Easy. There's some like decorative ones, there's some crowns, there's a whole bunch of stuff. There you go. You can see. But the ones that you add will end up being at the bottom. So those look like these like solar flare kind of things. Sometimes, just a heads up, what I think happened here, and it can happen to you because I just have downloaded quite a few. It can not go in there right away, like they can not show up right away, and sometimes you have to like save your work, go to File, Save As, exit out of Photoshop, and then open it back up again. For some reason, it can be a little glitchy like that, but no worries, just log out and then save your work first. And then open it back up. So just for the sake of time, I'm going to, like one of these is from Brush Easy. So this like decorative kind of design. Make a new layer for whatever you do with the brushes. So every new brush or every new shape you use, make a new layer. I'm going to call I don't know, it looks like swirls. I'm going to call it swirls. So it's huge. I need to use my brackets next to the letter P to make it smaller so it fits. And then I could put it down here. So is it the best design? No, you guys are going to do a better job. I just wanted to show you guys the tools. So brushes with Brush Easy, the type tool, the shape tool, check the rubric to make sure you align yours to the top of it. And I'm sure you guys are going to do an awesome job. I'm so excited to see what you guys do. And I hope you have fun and let me know if you have questions.